everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Julie Lee and you can find out more about what I do in the description box below. So we're here to do the weekly pick a card, and this pick a card is your message for the month of September. Yeah, quite incredible that we're already in September. But yeah, so let's see, what your focus is or what message you need to know for the month ahead. So if you want to choose by crystal, then we've got the malachite. Sorry, it just took a while to get my head around it. Just looking at the eye as well. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a sort of picture of an eye there. And then we've got lapis lazuli for group 2. And then for group 3, we've got fluorite. So select the group that resonates with you or the card deck, and then click on the timestamp in the description box below to see your reading. And I shall see you soon. Bye. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. So let's see what you need to know for the month of September. And so you've got Healer of the Ages, and what I'm feeling is this is a month of healing for you, and a time to just take a step back and just almost just allow yourself to be and review what's happening in your life. And it's almost like, because I'm being drawn to your heart space, as well as the number 51, which for me represents love. And so it's almost like taking that time out to really heal an aspect of you that may not feel love, or there may have been something that has hurt you recently. And so really give yourself the space and time to heal. And if you need support or guidance, there's lots of support out there for you, and to help you along that path and journey. Because it's really important, to really give ourselves that space to deal with what's happening in our lives. And often we don't do that because we get busy, and often it's a distraction. It's easier to focus on other things than to focus on ourselves and what's really happening. But the message for the month ahead is that it's important to take that time out and to do that. And afterwards, because that there's that light shining from his heart, and when you give yourself that space, it's almost like the love will come back into your life, and it will shine brightly, because I see a sun there as well. It's almost like this is what you need in order to come back into yourself and to feel good again. It's just important to allow yourself to go through that stage. So that's the message that I'm getting from this card. So let's see what else I'm going to shuffle some tarot cards to see what else there is. What else does group 1 need to know? What other messages? Oh, that's a bit much. Hit that one, because that was quite obviously slipping out. Okay. 2 cards just flew out then. So just flip them around. And there we are. Okay. Just put that so that you can see. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 7 of Swords. And so this is just what I consider the theme as well, part of the theme. And it's about letting go of those ideas that no longer serve you. Maybe there are attachments to the past or ideas about the past that, really they're no longer relevant to this present moment, and also beliefs as well. And so it's time to let those go, to let them be taken away, so that you can focus, you stick to your truth and what is real for you. And at the moment, it's I wrote a blog post about it, so I'll include it in the description box as well. It's about, we really do have the ability to create our own reality and the life that we want. but it just requires being, discerning about where we put our energy and being clear about what we want as well. And so, don't despair if it feels like things are shifting, because at the bottom, or the first card that came out was the Wheel of Fortune. So it's always like, whatever is happening for you at the moment, if it is challenging, then just know that it's meant to be there. It's in quotation marks, fated. It's happened because it was the right time, and hopefully there are some positive things as well. But it feels like, because of the card that came out about healing and taking some time out, it is really what is needed at this point in time, and what is going to be for your highest good. So even though you might be tempted to get caught up in busyness and doing and all those type of things, which they feel nice in that moment, but they're not always for what is going to serve us. So just know that things are working out just perfectly for you, and that this time it is right for you to be doing that. And then you get the Page of Wands, and so the wands are the action, the element of fire, which is about movement and action. And so you got the page, which in the court cards, and you get the page, and then you get the knight after, and then the queen and king. This is the first one, and so this is about getting really clear about where you're moving to next, and what you want to bring into your life. It's almost like the first step in moving towards that. And so it's almost by getting clear, getting rid of those old thoughts and beliefs, you get clearer about what you want, because we've been conditioned to believe life has to be a certain way, or is a certain way. There's a route for everybody, and most of the time it isn't right for everybody. And so it's important to give yourself that space to get clarity by becoming aware of what it is that isn't working, what ideas and thoughts are you holding on to that don't serve you anymore, and to let those go, because that will help you then to create what it is that you do want going forwards, to create the reality that is what you want now as a adult, that is clear thinking and hasn't been is no longer being persuaded, or one's view is clearer and one's own, rather than what you've been socially conditioned to believe. And then you've got Judgment, and so this for me, there's two definitions, almost like, because of the work or the efforts you've done, there'll be a judgment done by the heavens or by the universe, etc. And it's almost like it's almost like karma, I suppose, when I see this as, and it's like a rebalancing of karma depending on what you've done. And karma is just the consequences of your actions. And so if you do things with good intentions, with love and compassion, then that's what you'll receive in return. And if you do things out of spite, or from an ego-based perspective, then that's what you'll get in return as well. So just be aware of what your focus is when you're doing things. And then the other meaning, or the other message I'm getting, is about judgment, not being hard on yourself. And like, it's so easy to go into that mode of like judging ourselves and saying, oh, we should have done this, or we could have done that, or I'm not good enough, I'll never get what I want, all those type of beliefs and things that we tell ourselves that really aren't true, and they're not supportive or encouraging. And the truth is that you're a loving being, you're a unique loving human being, who is here for a purpose and a role. And that journey of discovering that might take a lifetime on, perhaps you already know, but just don't be hard on yourself during that journey as you take those steps. And then also when I'm seeing the malachite, it's just maybe because of the third eye, it's just or what I perceive as a third eye, it's just a reminder to tune into your intuition as well, to what feels right and what feels good, especially if you're at a stage where you're feeling a bit lost and not sure where you're going, or you're feeling worried about the future. It's really important to begin to trust in your intuition, because it will guide you all the time, regardless of what's happening on the outside world or in the outside world. If you learn to trust your intuition, it will guide you all the time. It might not be a straightforward path, because that's not really what we're meant to experience here, but it will be right for you. So really tune into your intuition and start to use those psychic skills that we all have. And then I just want to pull out the Louise Hay card for you. I'm going to do that randomly. I've got a bag of her cards here, just this grey bag like that. So let me just see. Oh my, there you go. I honestly didn't look at the card, I just pulled it out. So my healing is already in process, which is amazing, right? So let's see what the message is. My willingness to forgive begins my healing process. I allow the love from my own heart to wash through me, cleansing and healing every part of my body. I know I am worth healing. Oh, and yes, this is healing on many levels. If you're experiencing physical issues, then that's a healing that happens from the heart as well, because and the beliefs that we have that have contributed to our bodies. Because when our body is in pain, or it is actually trying to tell us something, it's just a messenger. It's not trying to do anything wrong. So it's important that you listen to the message that it's trying to share. And Louise Hay, her book You Can Heal Your Life is great, because it has information about what your body is trying to tell you, so that you heal it at a very deep level, rather than just taking some medication that will only alleviate the symptoms but not really solve the real issue. So I hope that resonates with you, Group 1. September looks to be a healing month for you, which is lovely, and you'll come out of it feeling great and much better than what you entered into it as, or feeling. So thanks for listening and watching. I really enjoyed doing this for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. So let's see what the month of September holds for you, or the message for September. And so you've got anxiety, and so the message is around being aware of anxiety and being aware of when you're in fear. It's really just about being more conscious, because it's so easy to be in this anxious state, and it's almost like we've been just accustomed, used to feeling anxious on a daily basis. And it doesn't help if you're watching the news every day, or if you're currently in a country experiencing all this COVID stuff. I mean, who isn't? But it has an impact on everybody, and this can make you anxious about your health, about your future, about what's going to happen. And the message is, give yourself that space to feel that, to be aware of it. Because we have to honor how we feel. We can't just pretend that, oh, it's not a big deal, it's not a problem. Because now more than ever, we really need to be, whoever it is that we, how do I describe this? Almost like, if you want love from your partner, then you have to be able to give that to yourself as well. If you want, you're having a difficult time with your parents or whoever, it's about being the leader in that and being able to give yourself what you need and not expecting it from others. And the more that you start to be that, those different aspects, of yourself, for yourself, then the better you'll feel. And also it's about building that connection with yourself and really trusting yourself, because your intuition is such a superpower, and we all have that. And the more that you can build it, the more that it will help to release your anxiety. Because once you realize that actually every step of the way you've got your own internal guidance system that will direct you, it means that actually you don't need to be worrying about what's going to happen, or be out of alignment with who you are, because you can just be and know that everything, the answers will come to you when they need to, and you'll be given the right directions when you need to as well. And also, see her feeling a bit sad, and so give yourself that love and compassion that you need. Seek help and support if you need it. Spend time with people who are going to understand what you're experiencing and who are going to be able to help you to move through it, because our loved ones really care about us, but at the same time they're not always the best place to help us, especially if they're caught up in fear. So it's really important to be able to ask for help, is what I'm seeing here as well, that you're not alone, and that you don't need to suffer alone, that there are people around you who can support you. And then also the red is reminding me of love, and giving yourself love and surrounding yourself by with that actually. And so what is it that you can do that is loving for yourself? Because the more that you can stay in love, and I know if you're going through something really challenging, you might be wondering, what on earth, how is that possible? But actually, despite what we're experiencing, there are always other good things that are happening in our lives. And so it's having a balanced approach, acknowledging how you feel, and those anxieties and fears that you might have, but then also acknowledging what is going right as well, all the good things that you do have. And that will help to shift the energy as well. And perhaps it's being out in nature that will be really rejuvenating if you can get out. And even if you're all stuck at home, being able to look at the sky is a way of connecting with nature, or with something outside of yourself, or even the trees, etc. That's a way as well. But just know that you're not alone, and that this will pass. All of our emotions pass, but we just need to give it space and time to be felt and experienced. So let's see what the tarot has to say for you, group 2. Oh, okay. I'm going to take this one because the rest were just too many. Yeah. What's the message for group 2? And then, okay. Gotta love these shuffling methods. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we've got the Ten of Swords, and this might look a bit scary, but really I think of it as a positive thing actually. Like, you've got the swords represent our thoughts, and basically this guy is at the end of his tether. Basically his thoughts have or his worries and anxieties have basically put him where he is now. And for me this signifies, it's almost like, that's it, I can't do it anymore, I've had enough. And although this can feel scary to reach that point, it's almost the moment where we make changes as well. We say, no, I'm not doing this anymore, something needs to change, something needs to shift. And so if you're feeling that way, and you're just like, oh, just done, just over it, it's almost like the dark night of the soul. just know that new beginnings are ahead, but that you're having to experience this because you're here to learn, and the universe, you had a plan when you came to the planet, what you want to experience and learn, and the universe supports you in that. And like if everything in life was super easy and smooth, then there wouldn't be really much point to it. So just know that everything is safe, you're fine, it's all going to be fine, and it will all unfold. So you've got the Seven of Cups, and for me this is about being aware of illusions, and in a way that's what we've been sold by society, illusions. If you have this, everything will be great. If you have the latest car, then you'll feel amazing. All that type of stuff. And they're false promises that don't actually fulfill you. And so this is almost an opportunity to get in touch with your the reality. And you get the Ace of Swords here, which is about truth. What is it that you really want in your life? Because when we're in fear, it means that we're out of alignment with what our heart is telling us. It's our head that's driving the decisions, and it's about really being honest and truthful with yourself about what it is that you really want in your life from your heart space. Really connecting with your deepest desires, not what you've been told to have, that you need to have the the latest whatever. That's just basically what the what do you call it, the commercialism, is it, or consumerism? That's basically where people have been led. But most, like, if we go back to simplicity of, for example, when I was younger, there was so much joy in just being, not having, we didn't have any of these things that we have now then. And my childhood was out playing with friends and all that type of stuff, and it was just a lot of fun, and hanging out with my brothers and sister and cousins, etc. And so it's about getting to the truth of what it is that we really want, and what it is that you really want. Because simplicity is really what will, the simple things in life are often the best, and it's true. So everything is happening to lead you there. And once you get clear about what it is that you really want and what's right for you, then you'll see things start to move forward and to shift. And things are just, see the birds, and it's almost like you'll be flying. You'll be really flying high. And then I see this kind of love heart there. The butterfly is about transformation. Like, this is a big time of transformation. So really take that opportunity to give yourself the space to get into what it is, to get deeper into what it is that you really want. So I'm just going to pull out a Louise Hay card. Just randomly, I've got a bag of cards here. Right, so here you go. The very beginning of the card, I let go of all expectations. And I love how she's listening to the shell and getting back into, it's almost like listening to what it is that she really wants, and the birds flying as well. And so the message is, I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself. I know that only good awaits me at every turn. That's so nice, so beautiful. And so, when you're in that anxious state, bring out this message, write it down if you can, and just remember it when you're, in that place of just feeling, bit done, or very over it, that everything is unfolding perfectly, and the universe is giving you this opportunity to really see past the illusions, get to the truth, and to know that everything once you focus on what you really want, everything will just unfold. And to love yourself on that journey and to be really kind to yourself. So I hope that resonates with you, group 2. It's been lovely reading for you, and I shall see you at another reading. Bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. So let's see what September holds for you, what the message is. And so you've got attachment. And so I see this in 2 ways. There's emotional attachments, and also attachments to the physical. So perhaps whether you're attached to your job or having a certain lifestyle, or perhaps you're feeling attached to somebody, like emotionally, and it's really about letting go of those attachments, because it's these attachments that actually cause us pain and to feel stuck, really. And so whether you're in a situation that is causing you to feel anxious and worried or things like that, then there's something in there that you're attached to, and it's about letting go of that. And what does that mean exactly, letting go of those attachments? It's almost about knowing that what is meant for you will be yours, and what isn't meant for you just means that something better is coming along the way. And we hold on out of fear, really. And I just feel like September is going to be such a big month, because just by seeing the cards that have that are coming out, it's just quite really interesting. A lot of work is going to be done, but at the end of it, I feel like it's everyone's going to be feeling a lot better. But it's these attachments and fear, that's what keeps us in low vibration, low frequency, and also feeling really unhappy in ourselves. And so ask yourself, what is it that you're attached to? And if it's a job, what is it in the job that is attaching you to that? And is it because you're used to getting recognition, you're used to getting regular income? What is it that is attaching you to that? And then underneath that, like, keep asking yourself, what is it that you're attached to, so you can get to the core of what it is. Because, for example, if it is finances, then it's almost like the message is trusting that you will find the answer that is right for you, and you don't need to hold on to this particular situation, because if it doesn't serve you, it will leave your life, because something better is meant to come in. And it may be that you're meant to own your own business, or you're meant to go work somewhere else, or you're meant to have a completely different career. And it's also about attachment to certain thoughts that we have, attachment to our beliefs. It may be, that you're not worthy, or that, you can't speak your truth, or that no one will love you. Until we actually look at it, it just stays in the background. It's like the elephant in the room. And so once you shine a light on, what your attachments are, it really frees you to move forward, because then you're no longer held back by these chains. You're free. So really, it's about freeing yourself as well from all of this this old stuff that no longer serves you. So I hope that resonates. And the number 5 is about personal freedom as well. So really, you are free, despite what the world might be telling you. You are free to do what you want to do. And so, take that freedom and do something with it. Really express that freedom. So let's see what tarot cards have to say for you, group 3. What's the message for group 3? Okay, and I think this card as well. So let's just see what's at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the five of wands, and so this is about fighting or conflict, etc. So if you're having that experience, it's almost the message is to let go. You don't need to be in that conflict, and maybe, or just take a step away depending on your own situation. Feel into what feels right, but if it's almost like you need to, the image I'm receiving is to put down your wands, put down that fighting, because it's not serving you. It's just more of this attachment and fear that is driving that. So it's again just reiterating the need to let go and not get caught up in that. And then you've got the Three of Cups, and so the Three of Cups is about celebration, and the message I'm seeing is that, if you're, for example, if you're in a situation where you're feeling worried about finances, then what we haven't been told is that actually we create and manifest all the time, but we just do it unconsciously, and what you focus your attention on is what you'll get more of. And the message I'm getting is to actually focus on what it is that you do have. What are the great things that are happening in your life, because the more that you can focus on those things, the more that you'll be able to create it. And doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge how you're feeling, or all those things that may be causing you to feel that are a result of this attachment. But if you think about how much you actually do have, and we all have a lot of love that surrounds us, we all have a lot of abundance that surrounds us, but it may just not look the way that we perceive it to be. And even those who have an abundance of money are not necessarily the happiest ones. And so it's about celebrating and finding joy in what you do have, and in the simple things as well, like with friends and with loved ones. And I'm seeing like fruit here, which is like just the simple things. Those are things that are really important, not the other things that we're being told that are. And so then we've got the Seven of Pentacles as well, and so this is again like looking at the Pentacles represent the physical, and whether it's our finances, or it could be a job, or something that is you can physically see. And so it's about reviewing that and actually seeing how much you do have as well, and what things need to change. It's just almost like taking that time to review, and where are your attachments again, and it can be in regards to work as well, like what is it, this is a general reading for everybody, so just take what message applies to you, but it's almost like taking that review and just seeing what's working, what's not working, and what needs to change, and what needs to be let go of, so that you can be at your fullest, be in your highest vibration and energy. And then you've got the High Priestess, and I love this card because the High Priestess to me represents your intuition. So it's really about tuning into your intuition and really trusting that, because and that means connecting with your heart space, connecting with you and the messages that you're receiving, because we're never alone, we're always supported, and it just depends on your belief system about who it is or what it is that supports you. But I know for a fact that we are always supported, and it's just tuning in and allowing those messages to come to you, or those intuitive vibes to come to you, because that will guide you in your path forward, especially if you're worried about the future, and you're attached to life being a certain way. Then if you can trust your intuition, then everything will just unfold as it's meant to. You don't need to be attached to things turning out a certain way. So I'm just going to pull out Louise Hay can't, because I really love her affirmations, and I feel like this is good, especially in these interesting times. So I deserve the best and I accept the best now. So that's a very clear and succinct message. And then I'm mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good. I claim my good. Oh, that's lovely. And, very much in tune with, what we've talked about today, because, if you're in this truth that you have a prosperous and loving life, and that all of this is your birthright, then you don't need to worry and be attached to certain things, because you know that whatever is meant to come to you will come to you, and those that aren't meant for you will stay away from you. And if I think back to the past of everything that's happened in my life, I can only think of good things. Yes, there have been hard times because I've had to learn certain things, but overall the universe has always provided, and I feel really fortunate about that. So just know that take this message and refer to it when you're feeling a bit lost or unsure or in conflict, that everything you're worthy. I'm trying to get the words out, sorry. You're worthy of a good life, and it's here for you now, waiting for you to claim it. So I hope that resonates with you, Group 3. Thanks so much for watching, listening. I really love doing these readings. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and if I can support you, just contact me, and I'd love to be able to help. Alright, thanks so much for watching. See you at another reading. Bye.